Okay, here we go. Welcome to Team Freedom Group. Alex just made silver and she's on the phone call. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about when you started Plexus.
Oh, okay.
Tell us
Well,
about your journey. Surprise.
okay. Well, I'm a full-time high school teacher and I teach for an online school.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
and I work from home, hence the totally disastrous home in the background.
I
Um, um, let's see. So in the summer, it would have been in July. A year ago, July, my sister-in-law comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm using this stuff called Plexus. You should really use it." And my sister-in-law has a sister named Amy Goodman, who is Amanda's sister-in-law. So
Yes.
that's the connection there. So I was like, sure, I'll use this. Sounds good. Because for whatever reason, whatever my sister-in-law tells me to do, I do it. So, so I started using it, and it took me like a whole year before I actually realized how much it was affecting me. Because I stopped using it for like a month, and I
My
noticed that
video was on here and now it's not.
Video of you.
Oops.
I noticed that the pain in my heels came back extremely excruciatingly bad, and I couldn't walk.
Wait, when was it when you went off or something?
It was in the summer. It was right before I just stopped. I didn't place my order. Who knows what I did. I ran out. I didn't have my order. So so I was actually in California, and I was meeting with Amanda, and I said, something just dawned on me today, Amanda. Plexus is making a huge difference in my inflammation in my feet.
Oh
And
my gosh.
so I started my Plexus up right away, right after I made that realization, and I haven't had any pain in my feet since then. So that's, for me, is a huge thing.
That is so, what were you taking? Was it just the Slim or what
I
was
was
it?
doing the Slim and the Pro Bio,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even doing the Bio Cleanse for a really long time because I kept forgetting to do it. So I had like 4 bottles unopened in my cabinet. So now I do everything, the whole triplex, plus I take Ease to
Yeah.
help like when I work out.
The Ease is awesome.
Yeah, it works really well to ease that muscle pain.
Alex, that's so great. That's huge. And then tell us about going silver. Like, what's worked for you as far as sharing? Are you sharing really regularly, or are you just kind of doing casually, or what are you doing?
I share on Facebook, and pretty well, after Amanda finally got me moving and was like, come on, you can do this, because really didn't talk about it for like the whole first year. But then I was like, this actually is really working, and I want to share it with people. So I just started posting it on Facebook and did my story, and people were like, what are you doing? What is this stuff? Tell me about it. And so then I just kind of started following up with those people and trying to make more regular posts on Facebook. And I'm not shy when I know somebody, but if I don't know anybody, I'm very, very shy. And so I'm not really good with like talking to people out of the blue about things. And so try to be more courageous in doing that. And just if somebody, and I just the other day, I have a friend from all the way back in elementary school, and she's been liking all my Plexus posts, but she never comments. And so I just sent her a Facebook message, and I said, hey, Katie, I know that I see you like this stuff all the time. Are you just trying to be supportive, or do you want more information? And she was like, well, and so that was, she hasn't committed to anything yet, but it's opened a door there. And so for me, like actually stepping out of my comfort zone and contacting people has really made a big difference. Plus, one person is my mom, and one person under me is my mom, and one is my husband, and one is a good friend.
That works too.
But
Okay.
but they're all using Plexus, and they all really like it.
I wrote down something that you said, Alex, because what I really like what you just said is you said you reached out to her, and that's a great strategy, by the way, someone that likes your Plexus post but doesn't say anything, saying, hey, are you just trying to be supportive or would you like more information? I love that because that is so not pressure or anything, and you're reaching out like a real friend. And I'm going to use that because that's really awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I just want everybody to know now that we're recording that I accidentally muted Janella's video. So you see her name. I don't know how to undo it. Janella, at the bottom of your screen, there's a video. Oh, now Alex went away.
You muted Alex.
I didn't do it. Okay, so
I had to scratch my nose. I didn't want you all to see that.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. At the bottom of your screen, there's something that says stop video. I don't know, maybe that would work because Janella, I'd really like to mute your audio, but I want to see your beautiful face. Okay, so it's not personal. I just want you all to know it was a mistake. It was my fault. Okay, I am just having too much fun tonight. I'm going to mute your audio, Janella, just so we can't hear background noise because I'm going to talk, and then we'll do some Q&A. Okay, that was so fun, and Alex's silver announcement just came out today, so that was really great. And a lot of you on this call are watching or on Amanda's team. Amanda's doing really great. She just came back from Leaders Retreat, and she has her own team page, and a lot of times I copy her stuff and put it over on my team page because it's really good. She's really excellent on that kind of stuff, that kind of communication, which leads me into the primary thing I want to talk about tonight, which is communicating Plexus. And we all know there's this buzzword that we talk about called IPA, and that has become I've been with Plexus for like 2.5 years, and when I started 2.5 years ago, we had nothing. We had no systems, we had no procedures, we had no compliance, we had no welcome kit. I mean, we had a very minimal welcome kit, I would say. But a lot of what new people coming in are experiencing now is what's been developed by the leaders in the company now. And so one of the main things is called IPA. And a lot of you know this, but I'm just going to show you what this is. This is one version. IPA basically stands for income producing activities. So it's to help keep us moving our business forward. The best thing you can do is just keep sharing. I'm going to talk about that later. But if you hear IPA, it has to do with some kind of system of doing income producing activity first. And having a system will enable you, my whole purpose of these meetings that I really have it on my heart to do, our meetings together, is first of all for us to come together, to have a place where we can ask questions, where we can exchange information. You can bring your new people too. We can learn things. We can all share things. Like I love having other people share things. We're all a team, and we all have different unique ways of doing things. And sometimes having like a face-to-face connection like this really means a lot to somebody who's getting started. And I think we keep it personal. So that's the one reason. And the other reason is I call it part-time warriors. And that's because I am working my business part-time. I'm working consistently. I'm working it, diligently, but not all the time. There's some awesome projects. I was talking to Ashley, one of new ambassador on my team who's on this call, and she is my millennial. I'm so excited. Anyway, God's good to me, keep me on my toes. She's so sharp, and she's asked me all these great questions. I'm like, oh my God, that's a good question. But we need to stay focused on what we're doing in the short amount of time we set to do it. So all of us have other things going on for the most part. Very few people in Plexus have grown their business full-time. We're all part-time. So I want to learn and I want to share how to do it in a way that is just phenomenally successful in a very short amount of time during our day. So that's the part-time warrior. I think we can do it, and there's going to be a lot of people that are looking for something they can do on the side, and this is it, as long as we don't let it eat up our whole lives. And that is part of this IPA. This is one that Lori Walsh had a group of us doing, and some of you on Amanda's team might do a group with this, and I would do it too if you guys wanted to do it, but it's basically a system of keeping yourself on track of doing your work. So you have got like your quiet time prayer, affirmations. We haven't talked a lot about that in my group, but it has to do with keeping a positive mindset, which is really important in network marketing because it's like you and the customer. It's really about you. It's definitely personal growth with a paycheck. You guys all know that, but it really is true. It's awesome and challenging, but awesome. Friend 3 new people on Facebook. And I want to talk about this because I think Facebook is awesome. So just hold that thought. Wish Facebook friends a happy birthday. This is Wendy Larson. She made this. Relationship building on Facebook, or I want to say social media, or just relationship building in general. And then 5 new people. Contact 5 new people. So depending on who you talk to, this is your main income producing section, your 5 new people. I was talking to someone new today and they were just saying how they're just contacting this person and this person. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It encouraged me to talk to this person. And you just share with them what you're doing and see if they're interested. Just like Alex was saying, hey, you've been liking my posts. Are you being supportive? Or are you interested in more information? We do not want to prowl and be lions and make people feel we're insincere. But if you're just sincerely asking, you're exposing your product. I'm going to talk about that in a second. That's what this is about. Also, you can be aware. One of the things Eric Worre talks a lot about, we're doing a series of training of his right now after this. We're not going to do it today. I'll talk about that in a second. A lot of things I'm going to talk about. But basically, you're always looking for people to connect with. As a business person, you're a connector, and they may or may not be a good fit for Plexus, but you never know till you talk to them, and maybe you can connect them with someone else. The more you make yourself an asset to other people, the more people will send to you. You'll have referrals, all that kind of thing. Our goal is to not just have a quick, one of those things where we're just spamming everyone about Plexus, but we're really becoming excellent business people and sewing into ourselves those skills to have a long career of an awesome residual income. So we can go on those vacations and the income still keeps coming in. And we become respected in our communities as someone that offers solutions. That is what the world needs. And we have something that people really, really need. Okay, then, as your team grows, follow-ups are really important. Every work day of Plexus you have, schedule in a couple follow-ups. Make sure you're not just all following up and no reaching out. There's some balance there. Follow up with 2 prospects. Everybody, and I say this to everybody you say, if they say they're interested, follow up with them. Send them some information. Call them back, because life is busy. So don't be intimidated. And don't let the busyness of life or someone else's life keep you from following up with them. Okay, I'm running out of time already. Reach out to an ambassador, active, inactive, as your team grows. You want to touch base with people. Post on Facebook 3 times a day. That actually is a really good formula if you're using Facebook primarily. There's other things as well I'm really quick going to touch on. Follow up with a current customer. See how they're doing. Good customer service is really important and will take you a long way. Your best ambassadors will come from happy customers, because just like Alex was saying, she took the products for a year and then she even stopped. Alex, thank you for sharing. That's such a great story. And she stopped and then she's like, oh my gosh, these are really helping me. So be patient with people because it's a process. For me, I'll tell you, I was very resistant. I didn't want to do anything with network marketing. I'm kind of old. I'm not old, but I'm older than most of all of you. And my kind of generation, a lot of us are negative about network marketing because we've maybe had some bad experiences or people have misused it like we were talking about before. We don't understand it properly. So we're educating people, and that takes time. So my process of being even open to doing something like this actually took a couple of years before doing this, and then it really took me kind of a year to understand what I'm doing, and it takes time. So walking with people, being patient with them is a really important part of the process. I want to talk really quick about, I was just in Washington, D.C. this weekend praying, having this great privilege of praying for our country. I just have to say, as you know, we have an important election coming up. And so we were praying, and I was there, and I was with this awesome young person, actually a group of young people that have really active social media campaigns, campaigning, you know, for certain people. And I learned a lot. I learned that Facebook is not the end all and be all of what's going on right now. And all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Wow, there's a lot going on. And I'm going to post this when I repost this Zoom on our team page on the YouTube link. I'm going to add a comment of this wonderful interview from a totally other team, but one of the top performers in our company this last year did it mostly on Instagram. Now, I just want to qualify with, don't forget, what they call your warm market is people that you already know, just like reaching out like we were talking about. The basics is, hey, I'm doing this new thing. This is really helping me. Are you at all interested? But as you start to do that, you're going to meet new people. So this woman just is crazy about Instagram. She's great on Instagram. And people that are younger than me, and all of you who are not watching this, probably you're like, yeah, duh. You know, they're like on Snapchat, they're on Instagram, all these different things. And so what I want to just encourage you today is reach out, be yourself, share Plexus in a way that is really fun and genuine for you. The most important thing, and this is a major key for profitability in any business, and this is I've been in business for a long time, and I had traditional businesses before this. I actually had local coffee shops, I had a few of them, and one of the things that's really important for business in general is exposure. It's just regular exposure of your product, what you're doing. So that's all these IPAs are. It's helping you focus on what's most important to build your business. So once you stop exposing your business, your growth is going to stop. And that can happen many different ways. It can happen like doing one of these a day, doing one of these a couple times a week, which right now I'm doing this a couple times a week. There's been other times, seasons of my life, where I'm doing one a day. And it just depends on how fast you want to grow. As long as you are getting your product in front of other people, being creative about it, there's just a million ways to do it. You could partner up with, like, let's say, a nail salon. Or I heard this great story of someone who had a nail salon, and we can apply this. They had a nail salon, and they wanted to introduce their salon. So you want to introduce your product to more people. So they had talk to a bank owner, and they gave the bank owner some gift cards for the salon. And when the bank owner had a project or a contest or something like that, they gave those cards away as a prize. And that way the people came in, they got more exposure. We can do things like that with samples. We can do things like that on Instagram, Snapchat. Don't be limited just to Facebook, even though Facebook's awesome. And many people's ginormic Facebook careers have been mostly due to Facebook because, we're all scrolling down. But I just want to say, don't be limited. Go for it. Have fun. Talk to people. It's just about exposures. And we've all heard this before with follow-up. It takes you kind of all are hoping for the person that they're like, oh, I've been following your posts and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to sign up. I mean, that does happen every once in a while, praise God. But usually it takes like 8 to 12 exposures of something for someone to say yes to something. So if they don't say yes right away, I just want to encourage you to be respectful, be kind, and just keep following up with them. Keep exposing your product. And once your business starts to grow, which it will as long as you're getting the word out there, it is kind of a numbers game, then don't stop making new contacts, new exposures. And just make a plan for yourself. And if you need help, reach out to your upline. We can do groups. There's tons of things people have done. So you may want a checklist like this. These checklists are always a good idea. Another good formula is 80% business building, it's like 15% maintenance. I have to look this up. Now I'm messing this up. And like 5% problem solving. But a lot of us spend 80% problem solving, 5% new business and 10% scrolling through Facebook or whatever. You want to make sure that the bulk of your time is spent reaching out. And that doesn't mean doing anything that's uncomfortable for you. I mean, it might be uncomfortable, but I don't mean spamming people or sending, random emails. I just mean networking, exposing Plexus to people, doing something creative with what God's giving you with this amazing gift. So if you need help, reach out to your upline and they'll help you, or me, and we'll help you come up with some plans and we can work together. So team is the best way to do things. I fully agree with that. All right, I want to just highlight a couple things really quick and then we'll be done. That is that there are new, I posted this on our team page. I know Amanda posted this on her team page. There's new shareables about the triplex. Compliance is really important. So whatever we're sharing publicly just can't have a disease name. It has to really stick with what, and this is a change from over the last year. We used to kind of share whatever, but the company's grown so fast and we're becoming so successful. And in any case, we want to be wise and not claim anything that we don't do. We know that when the body's working well, amazing things happen. We have these amazing stories which are free to share in private. When you're posting something on Facebook, just make sure it's compliant. And that means that you don't have, we cure or treat any particular disease name. There's more details about that. But if you stick with what the company says we can say, and this is so great because they're giving us some wonderful actual tools we can use, like with the triplex, new shareables in your back office. And I posted how to do that, and Amanda posted how to do that. And I totally copied her. So I am confessing that I copied her. I did. All right. Also, the new Success Kit has great stuff about that as well. Just plug in with the company. Make sure that you are learning new stories that you can share. And the more you can stay up on what's going on with the company, the better you'll be and the more professional you'll sound and you'll feel really awesome as well. All right, that's it. Check that out. Be creative. I'm looking at my list here. I do want to say that when you're adding your spouses, which is awesome, you want to make sure you don't stack too much. If you want to grow a large team, like if you want to get to Emerald or something like that, again, talk to me or your sponsor for more details, but you don't want to put too many people under like your spouse or something like that, because that is going to distance you from those points, if that makes sense. So make sure when if you're adding your spouse, you're not what we call stacking. You want to build wise. You want to have as many level ones as possible and work with those level ones and just keep adding people and adding customers. And that's all I really have to say. I wanted to just, again, that was so great hearing from Alex. I want to reiterate Instagram, Snapchat, explore these kinds of things, have fun, always constantly be exposing the product to new people in creative ways, and talk to your upline to brainstorm how to do that. Don't be afraid to talk to people, and they may or may not be interested, but that's okay. Be a good friend, and you will prove yourself to be a valuable asset to them and in the business community. So that is it. I think, Janella, you know what? I'm looking at questions. Anyone have questions? It's 8 o'clock, so I want to make sure to end. But if anyone has specific questions, Janella, I have absolutely no idea how to unmute your video. I'm so sorry. I tried to do it like 10 times because I want to see your face. But I know I can hear you if you want to talk. So if anyone has questions, go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know. She says, LOL, that's okay. She forgives me. Please forgive me. Okay. And does anybody have any questions or anything they want to share or, you know, along those lines? Oh, before I forget, I'm postponing. So normally after this meeting, I end right now, and then we do some Eric Worre training that I purchased. It's on recruiting. It is so great. So I'm going to resume that after the elections. Tonight I have a family thing that came up, and so I can't do it. Next week is voting night, so we're all voting. And then I'm going to do the 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So I encourage you to come or even pop on. It's awesome. I can't record it because I'm not allowed to. You know, I purchased it, but it's really good. Anybody have questions or thoughts? If not, that's okay. No. All right. Well, I'm going to close up. I will not forget, I'm going to post a really awesome video underneath this tomorrow. And I encourage you to watch that. You'll be encouraged. And if anybody can do this business, you can do this business. Just be yourself and be consistent and have some fun with it. So that's what I'm doing. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you so much. Have a great night. Okay, bye.